A Pionex bot update. In a recent video I talked about the Bitcoin growth bots, and now we're going to see what happens after letting it run for a week. If you're interested in the general approach here, the risks and what you look out for, you can watch my initial video. This is more about the result. Okay, these are basically two. I have one running with 1 million Satoshi at a 4 leverage and one a bit over 500,000 Satoshi with a 5 leverage. I wouldn't go higher than 5 because the higher you go, the more risk you also put on your shoulders in case it goes completely haywire. Alright, the bots, this one is running 7 days and 10 hours now, and this one is running 7 days and 22 hours. And it probably would be easier to look at them together. You can see here, for example, this one generates around 10 Satoshi per round. It had since start been doing 638 rounds of buying low, selling high. And this one has been doing 695 rounds and is generating 16 Satoshi per round. You can see from a percentage, of course, this one generated 1.4% and this one generated 1.15%. This one is younger, but as with a higher leverage, it of course it generates more income. I wouldn't care about the total profit because this is actually also profit from the price rising of the trading pair. I'm only really now talking about the grid profit. So we can see if we sum them up, we are around 18,000 Satoshi in 7 days. So it's really not bad considering I would probably just keep them running and running and running. So we can see here this one had currently doing 86 rounds on average per day, and this one is doing 80 rounds per day, give or take. They are more or less the same bot, but I started them at 12 hours apart, so this one has gotten a little bit action, and this will change depending on if the volatility of Bitcoin and Ethereum is rising or if the volatility is decreasing. A decrease in volatility would not be that great because it will affect how many rounds you get per day. And with just the advantages I talked about when I was creating the moon bots, you do not pay any transaction fees, and the cool thing about this trading pair is you do not pay any running fees. So the only time you pay something is when you extract profits, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to extract the grid profit now to see that this is actually also working. So we're going to extract now and we're going to put that into a dual investment. So release profit, or you can see I'm extracting from this one 7,118 Satoshi, and it's subtracting me 20%, which is around 142 Satoshi. We hit OK, and now we can see the grid is empty and the total profit has changed. It's a bit, I don't know if I like it, because you do not see anymore that you actually had more profit here because it's subtracted now. You can see it under the transaction tab under release profits. You can see here that I released 7,118, and now we can go to the second one. Also more release profit, also all, again paying the 20% fees. Hit OK, checking the transaction, release profit, also 11,570 were released. Of course that is not actually what we received. We had to pay a bit of charge, and we can see here it's what actually released and how much fees we paid. Why do we now do it in a dual investment? I do not want to reinvest into this bot because you could do at investment, but it will recreate then the grid and may close and open some positions. But if you want to create another bot, which will be probably my end goal in the long run, you can see here that we at least need 143,000 Satoshi, though that's not how much I currently have because we only subtracted less, so we need more. We're going to wait a couple of weeks until we have that, and then probably, depending on where the price is, start a new bot. But until then we can let the money already work for us, right? So we can do the dual investment part. And beware, you can decrease that number by going up in the leverage. For example, if I do this 10 leverage, I only need half, but as I said, more leverage, more risk. So I'm not a fan of that, but to each their own. So if you say this is a risk of liquidation, I think the price will never reach, go for it. But we now going to do invest BTC. We're going far out of the money and we are going far away, so we're going to take the 21 days, but it's on an aggressive mode because it's, I don't know, I don't think it's aggressive, but we consider it aggressive. So we go for the 21 days, 118,000, so it's 9.5% above the current price, and we would collect 0.6% ROI, so it will not be much. And you can see here my available balance. It was before probably completely empty because I'm investing everything, so can now hit max, deploy my 14,950 Satoshi and let them work. You can see here it's really not much that is returned. So if it stays below, I return 15,038 Satoshi, so give or take you get 35 Satoshi or something like that. So let's hit buy. And we can see it here. Oh, the rewards 88. I can't calculate. Can't do math. Okay, so we are currently getting then 88 Satoshi. So really not much. But hey, if the price reaches 118,000, we will sell it. But I don't think it's likely that we reach that high in 21 days. But I also would be okay to just sell it, and then I can do the other way around. And so basically, I will withdraw in a week again. And then I will do 14 day or something, so that we are all ending on the 25th of July. And I hope until that point in time I will have my 140,000 Satoshi. If not, I will just continue until we have 140,000 Satoshi to start the next Bitcoin bot. So to sum it up, the BTC Moon bots with the BTC growth bots made around above 1% in 7 days. On top of the actual growth they did, but I don't close them, so I don't care about the unrealized profits from the price change. And I think you're increasing your Bitcoin holdings, and this is my goal. There might be faster ways to increase them trading, for example, but I think it's way more it's riskier to do that. That's my current approach. And as always, I would recommend split whatever you're doing. Do not put everything into a single basket. So I only have a certain amount of my Bitcoin holding in these spots, and I will definitely not put everything in, especially not at higher leverage. But let's see how this progresses, and I will keep you updated.